Trea Turner, it's funny. Like Trea Turner's having an awesome year, and I think an all-star year. Do you think he got screwed? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how screwed did Trea Turner?
I do. I do. I think he's been more consistent than both Lindor and Ellie De La Cruz. I know Lindor gets in on a vote, so you can't do anything about that. I was surprised that they took De La Cruz instead of Turner. Maybe that's more of a who has more pizzazz.
Yeah,
flash
upside. He's having a good year. What's he have? 17 home runs. I mean,
I'm not trying to take anything away from Ellie De La Cruz, but I think he's a more marketable player for Major League Baseball than Trea Turner is at this point. He's younger, he's exciting, he does a lot of things well. Trea Turner's been around. Yeah. I think that's probably why it went De La Cruz, but I do think Turner should have been on there. I think
weird evolution of Trea Turner. This is a guy 3 years ago in the World Baseball Classic that was basically Captain America, right? You're like, Trea Turner is that guy. He's one of the stars of baseball. They got a top 20 name in the sport. Now he's getting iced out in an all-star game where he's been arguably the best National League shortstop from an offensive perspective this season.
Yeah.
Weird. Very weird.
By the way,
very good team, no less.
By the way, did you see his defensive metrics lately?
Yes.
I knew he's been better this year than he was last year. That's visibly obvious with your eyes, right? But when you look at the actual numbers and you see that he is +7 outs above average, like that's pretty darn good. He was best in the National League in the month of June. Like, where did that come from, Bob? Like, I gotta give him credit.
Had a little hiccup on Saturday.
Yeah, but he made up for it. He made up for it on the next play. Yeah,
he did.
But I mean, seriously, in all honesty, like I look at that and go, I'm not sitting here telling you he's a good defensive shortstop now, but he's gone from being unusable there to being decent.
I actually think that he gets overlooked when you talk about this Phillies team. We obviously give so much credit to the starting rotation, but you have to have other things that work in your favor in order to be this far over 500 and playing this type of baseball. I mean, Phillies are on pace, if you want to get exact, to win 95.4 games. There's 6 teams since 1883 of the Phillies that have won that many baseball games. Like, this is, for all the anxiety and what's October look like in the moment, if you can kind of remove yourself from this team needs to finish it, there's a lot of pressure on them. One of the best seasons that this franchise has ever experienced. And there's a lot of things going wrong for it. This lineup has a lot of issues. The bullpen we talked about is obviously a disaster at times. So what's going right beyond the starting pitching? And Trea Turner is such a big part of it. If Trea Turner was not having this bounce back resurgent season, Phillies would not be in this spot. And I don't think that gets said enough. Like, I don't think that you and I don't think I've said this often on this show. I don't think that people in general are saying or talking about the impact that Trea Turner's had. And perhaps it's because it isn't coming in the form of a 30 home run season. There's not a ton, as you said, flash to it. You don't watch it and go, oh my, incredible. But I mean, he has been everything that the Phillies had hoped he would be when they signed him. This is what you paid for, and you're finally getting it. And it's a shame that it didn't materialize in an all-star game for him. But, maybe he gets it. Maybe things get weird over the next few days. Guys bail out. I don't even know if Trea Turner cares. He kind of strikes me as a guy that probably is like, well, that sucks. Oh, well, I'll just go on living my life now.
I do wonder, though, if he's the kind of guy who would use it as fuel a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he's used what happened last year as a little bit of fuel for what he's doing this year. And I wonder if this kind of just ramps that up even a little bit more. And he comes out and has a great second half, like even better second half, which is hard to imagine considering he had such a good first half. But I do think that that's a possibility. As far as the other quote unquote snubs, one I kind of understand. I just think it was kind of stupid on the other side. So Ranger Suarez, I think, should be an all-star. Probably doesn't get it because he missed the first month of the season. There's a lot of good pitchers in the National League. So when you're weighing it, saying, okay, this guy's been great, right? He's 1.99 ERA. He's had 11 out of his 12 starts have been fantastic. But he's only made 12 starts, missed a month of the season. Okay, I do think that he's going to be the guy that gets added because Chris Sale's not going to pitch in the All-Star game.
Right.
So I think Suarez is the guy that gets added. The one I'm a little bothered by more so is Sanchez. Now, here's the reason why. Sanchez should be an all-star. His stuff is, if you look at his numbers, they match up. They're better than a lot of people. He's not going to get added. And the reason he's not going to get added is because he's pitching Sunday. Mm-hmm. So he's not going to be able to pitch in the All-Star game. So they're not going to add somebody who's unavailable for the All-Star game, right? So it's almost like, wouldn't you have been better served giving him the All-Star nod, knowing that he's not going to pitch, and whoever got in, you can add, and then they get the All-Star recognition anyway. And so like that to me was where I think baseball had a big miss of the two Phillies pitchers. Like I'm okay with Suarez not getting it because I think he'll get added, but I'm not okay with Sanchez not getting it.
I also felt like of the two, I understand a world where Cristopher Sanchez and Ranger Suarez don't both get in. It's a numbers thing. We all know this. Mm-hmm. I thought Cristopher Sanchez got screwed, and I thought that he deserved to get in on merit, and it's unfortunate because, again, too, he's a pitcher in which I think he's one of the more overlooked guys in the entire sport, and this is the latest evidence of it. Like he's been undeniably a top 7 guy in the National League this year. You could just flip through all the different metrics. Like, how do you leave him out? And the level of consistency and how good he's been really recently here too. It's not like he got out to a hot start in April and then, is kind of being carried by that. He's gotten better as the season has progressed. He's pitching deeper into games. The command has come back. He's been sharper lately than he was in the start of the season. So, I'm not a huge, people talk about the Hall of Fame and they get real fired up about it. People get really angry and upset about All-Star nominations and votes. And it doesn't move me the way it moves other people, but I was disappointed. I was disappointed that the team that is arguably the second, third best team in the National League has 2 guys going. It's interesting to me. I mean, it's really interesting.
David said he wouldn't be surprised if Wheeler bails because he pitches on Saturday. I'm going to tell you he's not going to bail because it's in his hometown. It's in Atlanta. So he's going to be there. Whether he pitches or not in the game, we'll see. But he, that would be his bullpen day, right? So he can get an inning out of him, I think. But I don't think he's going to bail because it's in his hometown.